With a full set of strengths and the status of one of the most versatile SUVs around, the Forester has always been one of the most natural choices in the segment. But now, things are about to go beyond that, because the next year's model is coming with further updates and improvements, which will turn it into probably the best model in the class. Stay with us and find out 6 reasons why waiting for the 2026 Subaru Forester is a genius move. Number 6. Hybrid powertrain. The wait for a properly electrified Forester is finally over, and it was absolutely worth it. Unlike competitors who slapped together half-baked hybrid systems, Subaru engineers went back to the drawing board to create something truly special that works perfectly with their iconic Boxer engine. The new system produces an impressive 201 combined horsepower, noticeably more muscle than what current gas-powered Forester models provide. What makes this hybrid system truly remarkable is how it solves the age-old Subaru dilemma, maintaining their legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive while adding electrification. Instead of taking shortcuts with electronic AWD like many competitors, Subaru kept the mechanical connection between axles intact. This engineering approach ensures you don't sacrifice the Forester's renowned off-road capability when choosing the more efficient option. The hybrid's performance numbers will be equally impressive. The electrified Forester will be able to complete a 0 to 60 time nearly a second faster than the current model, giving you much-needed extra punch for highway merges and passing maneuvers. The immediate torque from the electric motors fills in the gaps where traditional Boxer engines typically lag, creating an experience that's both familiar to Subaru loyalists but noticeably more responsive than anything they've driven before. To summarize, the new Forester will be faster, more capable, smoother, and more refined thanks to the new hybrid powertrain. But at the same time, it will also offer superior efficiency, which we will talk about in a few moments. Number 5. Return of the Wilderness trim. Outdoor enthusiasts have a special reason to wait for the 2026 model year. The fully redesigned Forester Wilderness is finally migrating to the new platform, and it's bringing serious upgrades with it. The current Forester Wilderness is still based on the older generation, creating an awkward situation where Subaru is selling 2 different generations side by side. The 2026 Wilderness trim fixes this problem and delivers substantive improvements. Ground clearance increases to 9.3 inches, which is nearly 3 inches more than most competitors offer. The approach, departure, and breakover angles are vastly better than the standard Forester, making it genuinely capable off the beaten path, rather than just looking the part. The new Wilderness also features larger Yokohama Geolandar all-terrain tires, which are nearly half an inch wider and taller than the previous generation. Adding to its credibility is a revised final drive ratio in the transmission, changed from 3.70 to 4.11, dual X mode with specialized settings for different terrains, and a significantly improved suspension tuned specifically for off-road comfort and stability. Perhaps most impressive is the 3,500-pound towing capacity, a 40% increase over the standard Forester, thanks to an upgraded transmission cooler. Altogether, the Wilderness will once again stand out as probably the most capable off-roader among unibody compact SUVs, and that's plenty enough reason to wait. Number 4. Excellent fuel economy. If you think buying a Subaru means settling for mediocre fuel economy, the 2026 Forester Hybrid will completely change your perspective. The numbers tell an impressive story: 37 miles per gallon city and 36 miles per gallon highway. For a vehicle with true all-wheel drive and substantial ground clearance, these figures represent a massive leap forward compared to the current gas-only model that struggles to break 30 miles per gallon combined. What does this mean in real-world terms? A stunning 600-mile range on a single tank of gas. That's enough to drive from New York to Toronto without stopping for fuel. This remarkable efficiency is achieved through clever engineering that includes converting the Boxer engine to an Atkinson cycle and precisely calibrating when to deploy electric power. Even more impressive is how the Forester Hybrid performs in challenging conditions. Many hybrid vehicles lose significant efficiency in cold weather, but Subaru's system includes specially developed battery heating and cooling systems to maintain optimal temperatures year-round. This means consistent performance whether you're driving in Arizona heat or Alaska cold, something many competitors' hybrid systems simply can't deliver. Of course, we will have to wait for the new hybrid to come and see if these claims have a foundation in real-world exploitation. Number 3. Upgraded interior tech. Despite last year's redesign, there's a big chance that the 2026 Forester will continue to improve from the inside, particularly in terms of tech features. But it's not like the current model has any significant drawbacks. The centerpiece is an 11.6-inch portrait-oriented touchscreen that's vastly superior to the current model's outdated infotainment system. This isn't just a cosmetic upgrade. The entire user interface has been redesigned with more intuitive menus, faster responses, and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. For tech enthusiasts, the available 12 12.3-inch fully digital instrument cluster will be a game changer. Unlike the small, partial digital display in the current model, this configurable screen can show everything from navigation directions to detailed hybrid system operation, all directly in your line of sight. The days of squinting at tiny gauges are over. Subaru has also made significant strides in connectivity. The new generation introduced enhanced Starlink services with remote climate control start, advanced vehicle tracking, and over-the-air update capabilities. This means your Forester can actually improve over time, rather than becoming increasingly outdated as software advances. What's particularly impressive is that Subaru has added all this technology while maintaining physical controls for critical functions. Climate settings, driving modes, and core audio controls still get dedicated buttons and knobs, a thoughtful decision when many competitors are moving everything to frustrating touch interfaces that are nearly impossible to use while driving. Number 2. Superior safety systems. Subaru's EyeSight safety technology has undergone a complete overhaul, making the previous generation's system feel primitive by comparison. The new generation features wider-angle cameras, faster processors, and completely rewritten software that can detect potential hazards sooner while responding more naturally. The improvements are substantial and meaningful. Pedestrian and cyclist detection now works at greater distances and wider angles, while emergency braking engages with more progressive pressure, instead of the sometimes jarring interventions in older systems. The lane-keeping system has been completely redesigned to avoid the annoying ping-pong effect between lane markers that plagues many driver assistance systems. One of the most significant additions is an enhanced driver monitoring system. Using infrared cameras, it can detect signs of fatigue or distraction with remarkable accuracy, potentially preventing accidents before they happen. Combined with a new 360-degree camera system that provides unprecedented visibility for parking and off-road maneuvers, the 2026 Forester sets a new standard for safety technology in its class. Even more impressive is how these systems are implemented. Rather than reserving the best safety features for top trim levels like many competitors do, Subaru makes the complete EyeSight suite standard across all 2026 Forester models. This democratization of safety technology means you don't have to spend top dollar to get maximum protection. Number 1. Better value retention. Perhaps the most compelling reason to wait for the 2026 model is simple economics. Buying the current model certainly isn't a bad move, but the moment the 2026 models hit dealer lots, your old Forester will take an immediate depreciation hit that goes well beyond normal first-year depreciation. This effect is likely to be even more pronounced with the addition of the hybrid powertrain. As fuel prices fluctuate and emissions regulations tighten, vehicles with outdated powertrains typically suffer steeper depreciation curves than their more efficient counterparts. The hybrid system isn't just about saving money at the pump, it's about protecting your investment over time. The numbers tell a stark story. Based on historical data from similar model changeovers, buying a 2025 Forester could cost you an additional 15 to 20% in depreciation over the first 3 years, compared to waiting for the 2026 model. On a $35,000 vehicle, that's potentially $5,000 to $7,000 down the drain, more than enough to justify a few extra months of patience. Even if you typically keep your vehicles for many years, the value proposition still strongly favors waiting. The 2026 model's more advanced technology, superior efficiency, and other updates will keep it feeling modern far longer than the current generation, which is already showing its age in key areas. This translates to a more satisfying ownership experience year after year, regardless of when you eventually sell. The 2026 Subaru Forester represents an important evolution in the model's history, finally addressing its few remaining weaknesses while doubling down on its traditional strengths. With groundbreaking hybrid technology, legitimate off-road capability, and thoroughly modern tech features, it's set to redefine what compact SUV buyers expect from the segment. For smart shoppers willing to exercise a little patience, the rewards will be substantial and long-lasting. But the Forester isn't the only Subaru that's bringing substantial updates for the next year. Check out this video about the 2026 Subaru Outback, which you can now see on the screen. The legendary wagon is getting a full redesign, with probably the most radical changes in its 3-decade-long history, starting from a much more rugged design, electrified powertrain, new tech features, and many other significant improvements. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.